Hey YouTube, so Bushcraft Chris here, and as you can see, there have been a few changes since the last video. Got some cross beams, a pole put in right there, put the cross beams in across it. I put another pole up right here, and so now let me get to explaining how I did this. So the first thing I did over here for this pole, I had a stick, which is actually behind it, the stick right here. Okay, and I just set it on the ground like this, and I took my hatchet and I used the blunt side and I just hammered it in, wiggled it around a little bit, then I took the straight tree, put it in the hole, pushed the ground in around it with my hands and my foot and some sticks and stuff. And then the next thing I did is I brought it up the tree all the way up, and right here it's tied on. Those are just some loose strands that I'll cut eventually. And as you can see, let me get to this side, better angle. Sun's in the way, but there's a good shot. So right there, it's tied on. It's nice and sturdy. Can't really move it. So that's pole one. Next pole over here is about the same idea. This is an old Christmas tree. Okay, so I put the thick side up here because I figured the narrow side would be easier to hammer in. I was right, and so that's in nice and thick, or not thick, it's in pretty deep, I guess. You know, maybe 5 inches. That's pretty good to hold up this little support pole. And then I did the same idea. I tied it up right here. Nothing fancy. I just kind of made a loop. So I took, here, let me explain it better with this piece of string. So I put it up so it's in a loop like that, and my 2 tail ends are down here. And then you just take one end, put it across like that, the other end, put it across like that. Then you bring it up, make another X, which would be crossed like that. And you just keep putting it around till you got a little room left. And then what you would do is you would tie it off, you know, like I said before, nothing fancy, unless you want to, I guess, but I've just been using the simple overhand knot and a few clove hitches. So that's up. And then I know you've been thinking back here, the support beams. Well, these are really sturdy. I put a good like 3 feet of this cord, which is just the inner layer of paracord, because there's 7 different little strands in there. I'm assuming each one can hold around 70 pounds since it's 550 cord, and there's 7 strands. I don't know the actual amount, but it's a good amount. You can use it for a lot of things, you know, anything from fishing to this. And I did the same thing. I just wrapped it around with the loop, put it around, tied it with the overhand or a clove hitch. And there are 3, this one right there, and it's across the 5 poles all the way to down there. They're all attached, each individual one, as you can see right there, over there, and right there. Then you go up to the next one, attached, 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 and finally attached. So that's so far the update. I've also put some cross beams on right here. I'm going to use these to maybe put some more poles under each thing, like a Y branch or something, a little more support. And also that way I can eventually weave the greenery of these trees. Just take some branches, weave them in, waterproof it at first. And then I'll probably pile up some sticks and stuff. I'll put probably another frame on top of it to kind of hold stuff in. Then I'll put more greenery up on it and everything. I'm also going to make an awning right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another straight pole kind of like this, and there's a little notch right here. So I'll put an end right there and I'll tie it off, and it'll come out straight to about right here. So I would say that's about 4 feet away from that pole right there. And then I'm going to put a Y branch like that under it, which would be dug into the ground. So it'll go in at about right there. And then what I'll do is that's supported, and then I'll put one over from that corner out to about There's this green branch right here. I mean, that's kind of where it's going to be, like under that branch. It's just going to be even with this side. And then I'll trim the ends and I'll put one across from that side over to this side where the pole is. Kind of like the main support is, just across these two straight poles that are out. I'll stack more, I'll put more branches and stuff across it, some tree trunks. And then I'll put some greenery on it. And then that'll be hopefully a waterproof roof when I'm done there. And then I'll just put some sticks down the side and I'll line it with, again, more shrubs and green branches and everything. And that'll put a wall up. And then I'm planning to make like a cot or two in here. And I could put like a little fire pit or something right there where my bag is, under the awning. And then I could cut a little hole where the roof would be up here. For the smoke to go out and everything. And I could also make a cover so when it's raining or something I could just put it on top. And maybe if I get creative enough, have enough ingenuity, I could build a door for it or something that would go about right there. That's about how far out it would be. Nothing fancy, I guess. You could look up Dick Perenicky on Alone in the Wilderness is what it's called, but he was a guy out in Alaska in Twin Lakes area where where he lived out there on his own for 30 years, built his own cabin and everything. You can look at his door that he made. It's not really what I'm gonna do. It's some craftsmanship and everything, but I guess you could get a basic idea out of it. So thanks for watching. I'll follow you up probably tomorrow or the day after. So today's Friday, so sometime this weekend, hopefully within Sunday. Depends on the weather and everything, but I can guarantee I'll have another video up by Tuesday. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment. See you.